Hey guys, welcome to the Gedunk. I'm Josh.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're going to be talking about Survivor Episode 2 today.
Yeah, season 43.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, now I do like how, you got a lot more talk about 41 and 42 in this one. You pretty much, you know now that everybody that's on the island right now has seen 41 and 42. They know how things
studied
go.
it exclusively.
Oh, yeah, they know how everything's going down.
Yeah, you don't really
they
have
still
like
make
a
mistakes.
Yeah. You still make mistakes. Well, especially Cody, right? I mean, holy crap, man, that guy got the Beware idol. Saw, hey, Beware. He's like, I don't care, man. My living side's going to open this thing up.
Cody loves to live
living,
dangerously.
That's right. He's living.
And he does it. And I respect the guy for it.
Yeah.
They're talking about eating fried worms in the beginning. What do you think about eating fried worms?
Homeboy was like, you want to see me eat an earthworm? And he sucked it down there.
I don't think anyone was impressed when he did it either. This guy.
He probably grew up on that, on the Diary of the Wimpy Kid shows and the How to Eat, eat 10,000 fried worms. What was that book,
I don't
made
know
a movie about? Yeah.
I don't know, Billy. Does fried worms seem appetizing to you?
No, probably not, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe season up a little bit, a little salt and pepper.
They didn't show him eating any, but
what would you eat if you had nothing to eat?
You'd eat worms.
Because right now I'm saying no to worms.
They
It's
got
a hard
fruit.
pass.
They got the papayas or whatever.
Sure,
but like 2-3 days in, would I say no to a worm?
Yeah, man. Especially if you got a little bit of fire, man. You cook that bad boy up, season it up, you'll be all right.
Season? Where's their seasoning?
I don't know. They got to find it.
So they show the typical storm kind of coming in and
That's not a
disrupting the
typical
camp
storm.
a
That was
little
a
bit.
pretty rough
Well,
storm.
every season has one of these, it seems like.
Yeah.
This one did seem pretty brutal compared to some of the other ones we've seen in the
Yeah.
other seasons. So it was a good one. I
And
like this
Gabler
one.
didn't handle it too well.
No.
That really took a lot out of him.
Yeah, it did.
Mike Gabler.
Gabler was showing his age, man. He ain't that old. Dude's 51 years old, but he was acting like he was 70. I was like, damn.
You got to stay dry somehow. I wonder if they would, like, if you showed up with a poncho, I wonder if they'd let you have that or be like, nah, take that off.
Probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
That's kind of messed up, though, man.
Yeah.
I need more background on what they let these people bring and how they strategize about that. That would be kind of
I thought y'all told me before, did they pretty much pick out their clothes for them and tell them what they got to wear to get to the island?
They pretty much do.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's guidance to it,
I
we'll
guarantee
say.
it never says, you're going to wear a poncho.
Right. There's guidance to it, but...
Because a lot of these people have a hard time staying dry, and you got to get your feet dry for sure.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, bring in an extra change of socks.
Yeah.
But,
I could have lived to not see the bottom of these people's feet on this episode.
Well, I tell you,
Stop
too.
showing me that. I mean, good for them. They're surviving. It's tough. It's rough. I don't need to see it.
Man, they gotta live. I tell you what, I guarantee you, they tell them what they got to wear. They got to wear underwear.
Well, we've seen people
Yeah.
go free before.
You go, homeboy's freaking draws came down in the last episode. His underwear was hanging out, and of course they're all standing around underwear anyway. So I bet there ain't no going commando in this show.
There has been in other seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People stand around bare naked, huh?
Yeah.
Well, in the camp area, not like playing the competitions or anything,
Right.
obviously, but like some people are like, I don't know about that, and this person, and like females and stuff.
Really, females walk around naked too. Huh?
Mhm.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Free the
Why is
boobies,
it,
right?
Is it okay for men to walk around naked and not females?
Nah, free the boobies, man. Free them all.
the boobies.
That's right. Free them.
I don't know.
Jeez.
But yeah, I would be trying to keep my feet dry because like you get a blister on your foot, then that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we see Mike's having some issues
Yeah.
with that.
I didn't like it. Mm-mm. But yeah, he looks like he you can see the pain in his bones and his joints when he's moving around. It's not just tired or wet or like he is in pain.
It's got to be hard standing around in an emergency room watching heart surgeons do their work. I guess it takes toll on your body.
He's the oldest, right? How old is he?
51.
That's not that old.
That's what I said.
I mean, come on,
Dude's
man.
acting like he's 70, and he's only,
He's just around the corner for us.
And we've seen people in 70 probably do a little bit better. So I'm
Right,
like, he keeps like pointing out that he's like 20, 30 years older than other people. And I'm like,
I think he says he's 51. I think that's what it was.
He
51.
is. If everybody else is in their 20s or 30s, he is 20 or 30 years older than everyone else.
Yeah, but there's like one person in their 20s or 20, right?
We got Sammy, who's 19, right? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying he's older.
I don't know.
And it looks like it hurts. But why don't we see the other teams and how they're
handling
that
is kind of on.
We only saw that one.
Maybe there was just no drama or no really anything going on in their teams. Like,
they stayed dry.
Maybe they had a better roof and they didn't get wet, so they were like, it was storming and it was kind of chilly, but
we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, why didn't we get to see that? Yeah. Be like, look, they did good. They did a good thing.
See them looking at them like, that's a bad storm.
They don't want us viewers to see that in case we become contestants, like on knowing how to build The shelter?
Well, I think they've already
Like,
proven that no matter how many times you watch it, it ain't the same as actually practicing it yourself. So,
no.
yeah, all these people say, man, I see this crap on TV and it looks easy. And then they get there and they're like, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I always wonder why they don't just, put a roof. Why don't they just do it?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's hard.
They get,
Never
to
mind.
they get to the immunity challenge and they're competing for immunity and fishing gear.
fishing gear, as we see every year, on these islands, you got to get the fishing gear, which is definitely a good option to have, right?
Yeah.
Gotta know how to use the
get some
fishing
real
gear,
protein,
And
by
obviously,
crap.
the team that loses their flint, so
Yeah.
roughing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
they
there's the
gotta
one
vote
team that
somebody out.
already lost their flint, so they're planning to
Yeah.
get it back.
Exactly.
And this is a pretty cool competition with the snake and stuff.
No,
I
that was
liked
cool, man.
it.
400 pounds, dude. 400 pound
That's-
snake. I was like, man, is good.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's probably the weight of the entire snake, so you're not probably lifting 400
Yeah,
pounds
no,
all at
no.
once.
Yeah, 'cause you got the
but
rest of it still floating in the water.
No,
It
but
comes
you
up,
can
yeah.
see them when they've got them
It's
over.
heavy for sure.
When they've got them over and they're pulling with all their body
well,
weight and it's not budging, it's
Cody was riding the hell out of that thing, man. He's that thing like, woo! Pulling over.
you can tell how
like,
heavy
oh,
it was
man.
because they are like falling off of it and trying to pull with their entire body weight, and it's just not
Oh,
But
yeah.
enough.
don't forget they're tired and haven't had much food.
Right.
And one of them is old.
Yeah, one of those
Yeah. and that person struggled on this competition.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
along
but
with NECA and Gabler
did
kind of
NECA
like
struggle or
Yes.
did she just
No,
not
she
participate?
struggled. well, and NECA like crawled over, kind of crawled down to get in, right? And so I think she was the only one that actually didn't jump in, right? I think she kind of went up and over, but didn't jump in. Where everybody else just climbed up top, jumped in, and got to work. I think she kind of climbed up.
I just
climbed
think
back down.
she was not competing.
I don't know. Noelle looked kind of pissed on the sideline too. Like,
Yeah.
what are you
yeah,
guys
she was,
doing?
dude. She was, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely was. She was like just looking in disgust. You're like just see the look on her face. Oh man.
So then, of course, they do the puzzle and everything, and it's all neck and neck.
Well,
comes
they
down
got
to
through
that
that. They
kinda-
first had to unlock their numbers, and they all got through that pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
kind of
seemed
combination.
skimmed
pretty
over
easy.
that
Yeah.
Yeah.
for some teams, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was neck and neck between blue and yellow. I mean, red was nowhere near. Well, then red left their damn extra puzzle piece in the bag. Just totally
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Yeah, she just dropped
Like, we
that,
just-
and it was like,
And they're
whatever.
staring at the
Yeah.
puzzle. We just can't. There's something's missing.
Mhm. And of course, Neck is taking the blame for that. She's like, "Yeah, I carried the bag. It was my bad."
I'm
So-
surprised they put her on the puzzle with as exhausted she looked from the snake portion,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
Maybe that was like pre.
Yeah, that probably was because
Reassigns.
they do get a little time. At least Jess always, I'll give you some time to strategize, and
Strategize,
then
yeah.
they just get right back to it. But
That
maybe
might
they
have been
got
the
5 minutes
pre-
to go. Okay, you're doing this. We'll do this that way,
Right. Yeah.
and they don't ever show that. But
Well,
Right,
and in
exactly.
some competitions they let people tap out, but usually not when it comes to puzzles.
Yeah, you wouldn't
but
think puzzles would be able to do that.
Sometimes they do.
yeah,
though.
I mean sometimes they're able to.
But I
tell
mean,
you.
Yeah.
red team just gave up, man. They were just like kind of sitting there and hands in the air and not know what to do. And again, they're missing a puzzle piece,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of hard for them to do
Mhm.
anything. But still, I was kind of feeling bad for them. Like, damn it. Ooh, I was like, man, that sucks. Yeah, their teams are tearing ass. They're freaking doing what they got to do, getting everything put together, and they were neck and neck. And then red team's kind of hanging back, and which is bad to see because last episode, red team was killing it, right? And red team was, was
Yeah.
doing really
Yeah.
good.
And yellow was the worst, and they end up winning this thing.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was all. Man, I was happy for yellow. And I thought it was cool. They, they pulled it off and got it and got their flint back, and not only got the flint back, but they got the most fishing gear. So that was cool.
yeah, and they put that to good use.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Grable was trying to learn how to use that.
Yeah.
He eventually
I
got
was-
it, I
The
guess.
I
Hawaiian-
was
Hawaiian.
watching him like wrap that around his arm. I'm like, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That is gonna hurt when that backfires.
Yeah, the Hawaiian sling. Yeah.
And then, of course, as he's doing that, they're going through his stuff because they're trying to remember what's going on with the idol. Like if he
Right.
gets it for 2 challenges or 2 that they go to.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So-
and then finally they realized, because homeboy Owen was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm
He's like, "I'm pretty
95%
sure."
positive. 95% positive it's dead after this one. And then they're like, yeah, no, it's not. He gets it for 2
Of his
2
own.
of our own times. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about going through people's stuff?
Well, it's funny because freaking Justine was like, I always hated that. Thought it was Justine or was that? No, it wasn't Justine.
No, it
it was
wasn't Justine.
what was the girl's name? Anyway, she was like, I always hated watching that on TV. She said, once you're here, you realize, hey, you got to do it. This is part of the game.
Yeah,
you
she's
got to
like,
do
it's
it.
necessary.
Right, yeah, exactly.
It's called Survivor.
Right.
It's not
Outwit,
called
right? Outwit, outplay,
Nice
outlast,
Guy.
right? And that's part of the outwit. You
Yeah.
want to
Yeah,
do
and of
crap.
course, they give a teaser where that might come back on her next episode, perhaps.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested in seeing drama or fallout with that.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think about the fact that he got Grable found the advantage?
Cody, you mean?
Cody found the advantage.
That's right. Sorry,
Cody.
Cody.
The
found,
wild man.
The wild man. Cody found the
Now-
advantage, and then
immediately I was like, dude, you saw 41 and 42. You're an idiot if you open that right now. Like, I would have just hit it behind the tree, like left it there for after the freaking vote, and then came back and got it. You know,
just because that was the week they already knew they were going.
Exactly.
So yeah, I kind of see that, but you know, this guy just flies by the seat of his pants. It seems like so, but I do like that this is a different.
Yeah, but he didn't know it was going to be a
challenge.
different challenge.
It was a different challenge that he had to accomplish in order to not lose his vote.
Yeah, he got
lucky. Which will only work this season because you won't be able to do something like that next season because people will know.
Right, but had it been the same challenge with the stupid little thing they got to say, there's no way he'd have pulled it off, right? But he got lucky that, you know, this challenge was, hey, just get everybody's beads off their bags.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have it. Well, the trick side was they got to give it to you. So I was like, oh, that is kind of difficult. But honestly, who better to get it at this point than Cody, who had already built that hat, right? He already had that sitting there, something to play off of. Like, oh, yeah, let's just put these in the hat. I was like, wow, that worked out perfect for him.
It might have actually been better if you had to steal it because then someone might have noticed.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't have really impacted Noelle anyway because it was on her wrist. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, like, how is he going to do it before he decided to try to play with the hat, decorating his hat? I thought, well, maybe he could, like, try to create, like, this is our first tribal. You know, let's show solidarity as a tribe, even though we're going to lose one. And can I get, because it didn't say steal all the beads. I think he just had to steal one bead.
Well, you just needed one bead from each one. A specific bead.
So can I just get a bead from everybody's bracelet to put on our sign?
Well, no. But it was the specific bead. It was one certain bead like that they each had that was special to them. So you had to get that one bead. It wasn't just any bead on the bracelet. It was the one certain bead.
But if he puts that as like it's a tribal thing,
right.
and then
like, look, we'll give it back to you guys
at the end of the game. But like that way, it shows that we're solid. That's the way I would have played it.
Well, it kind of leaves you hanging because he gets them all but Noelle's, and she's wearing hers as a bracelet, and she's like, no, I like my bracelet. I'm not giving up. And then they go to tribal, so you don't really know whether he gets it or not.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, when they kept fading out and not showing that, it's like, okay, he's going to get it.
Yeah.
You know, and luckily for him, he had Jesse and NECA both freaking like, you know,
give him the bead.
Let's do it.
Give him brush right
and
get to a lot of people.
Like, if he didn't have those two on his side, he could confide in like that, he might not have got it.
Because Dwayne was a little hesitant as well.
First,
and then, you know, they piled up on him. He's like, okay.
Fine. Yeah, all right, why not? Yeah, exactly. So, no, he definitely, I thought it was really good for him to have those two people. They really got his back. You know, they've got their good threesome going there. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have got it done. So I was like, man, it worked out perfect for him, especially just the hat thing. The fact that he found it when he's already got that hat and what a perfect freaking, you know, buffer just to go right into saying, oh, we'll just put him on the hat.
He's trying to string it all around.
All around? I don't know. I mean,
oh, come on.
All right.
I was like, man, couldn't have got any better for him.
Who was the one that, it was at a different tribe that was looking for the idol or looking for the advantage.
Oh, she looked right at it.
And she looked right at it. And
it wasn't even that well hidden.
No, she was looking through the grass and it's sitting on the tree.
Right
it's like eye level to her almost. And
she's looking down. That's still out there. No one's found that one because that's not the one.
Was Yellow Tribe.
Yeah, that's not the one Cody found. So.
Yeah, and so there's talk between Justine and NECA in the camp of who's going to go home.
Mm-hmm.
There's always two. There's never just one person that's, you know, they're going after.
Yeah, exactly.
At least that's how they show us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Justine seems to be getting on everybody's nerves.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she doesn't seem to be handling the island very well.
She's pretty aggressive though and calls people out, and people don't kind of like that.
And she doesn't handle like the nature
Insects
side of it.
And spiders.
She's very much like I would be. So, they're all a little annoyed with that.
And she's a salesperson.
And she's a salesperson, so you cannot trust her.
Can't trust her.
But NECA,
Cody's definitely put that in people's head, and it's working.
Justine is a bigger threat to my game. She seems smart. She seems calculating, and like Cody said, you can never trust a salesperson.
NECA was definitely the weak link for this competition.
Oh, totally. Oh, man.
So, do you go with the person that you're not really vibing with on the tribe?
Oh, what word was that?
Vibing.
What was that?
I hate it. I hate that word.
But people are liking NECA at camp.
Exactly.
People like NECA. So it's like now you're going with your social game, or you going with strategy on the strength for the challenges.
I'm glad they got rid of Justine because you can get rid of NECA anytime, right? And she's not doing anything to show that she's a contender right now for this show. So you might as well get somebody who
someone
maybe
could say that about the other chick
Well, that's true,
last,
that won
last year
yeah,
that
was-
won.
yeah.
So
But
That's
who's
true.
the strong person on this team?
Well, you got Jesse, you got Cody. Probably Cody's probably kind of more the strength of the
Cody,
team right now. I think he was riding that. He's riding.
Yeah, but I
he's
mean,
hanging on
from
that.
like not just strength wise, but
gameplay.
yeah.
Probably Cody.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. He's kind of clueless.
No,
Yeah, I don't know about
but
that.
strategy wise, he's got all of them. Like, oh yeah, salespeople. Cody, you're right, man. We can't trust them fools. You know.
But they just got rid of the
he's got that-
salesperson, so.
Yeah, because he told them to.
But what's he gonna do now?
because he
Well, that's true,
sold
yeah.
them
Yeah.
on that
I
idea.
he
Because
got-
he's a salesperson.
he got the other two in to help him get the freaking beads, and all that. So I mean, he's strategy wise, he's done pretty well, so far on that team. I think.
And the teaser is like there's like a breakdown between two people too. But I guess we'll get into that after the tribal thing.
Oh.
So they go to tribal, and it's not that interesting.
No, it's not very eventful. You
No.
knew Justine was going to go, even though they tried to throw it at you that maybe it's NECA, but it's like,
And Jeff does his
Justine's
thing where
going.
he's asking questions about the hat and the beads are on the hat because he knows.
Yeah.
He knows what's
Yeah,
happening.
you know
He's
they give him
leading
a
into
heads
that.
up. He's not. They're like, say something about the hat.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, I got it.
right, yeah, exactly.
So he's
Yeah.
like trying to get that conversation out of him. And
Yeah, and obviously there's not a lot shown because when Dwayne goes up there, it says he doesn't have a vote. So there's time obviously in between their votes and people are doing stuff production wise and everything like
Yeah.
that.
But now I guess we know what's going to happen when the other two tribes find their beware. I'm assuming it's going to be the same one, right? They're probably going to get the beads from their people, their folks
You
as
would
well.
assume
we kinda,
so.
Yeah, just
Who
kind of get an
knows?
idea of what's going to happen there. But
And I wonder if anyone will pass any of that information on or anything like that.
that's true. If they do like another visit to the island or something, and they're talking to somebody else, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Maybe
I'm
they'll-
surprised we didn't see one of those this episode.
Maybe next time.
I wonder if they're going to break the hourglass or anything. Probably not, since people have seen that.
and this
and
time,
know what it
this
is.
time they'll just switch it up. Don't break the hourglass.
Yeah.
And you get to change the game. Break it, and it's just it just is what
Yeah.
it is.
So it'll be interesting to kind of see what they do with that aspect, how
Mhm.
they change that up.
But yeah, but I mean, I think you're right. For the most part, pretty uneventful episode. I mean, it was all right.
Yeah, and the votes come down, and there's one vote thrown at Cody, and I thought it might be Noelle for the bracelet
Yeah,
thing. I was
yeah.
like, she's probably pissed
Right.
about them taking her
I don't know
bracelet.
why he wants my dang bracelet,
Yeah.
but he's getting a vote for it.
Then
But
you
she
find-
didn't. It wasn't her.
Right. Well, then you got the Jesse's little twosome afterwards, like hating on him for it. Like, what do you just broke up the family? You broke it up, and Jesse's like, fine, if I got to sign the divorce papers, give it here. So,
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out next
mhm.
week. They probably dramatize. They probably doesn't play out very bad at all.
Right.
Yeah, and someone rats out the chick going through Gabler's bag. So,
Yeah.
and that's kind of smart, right? If you see that, you're like, nah,
Mhm.
do it, gotcha. And then you're like, hey,
Gabler,
do you
come on, bro.
realize this happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, she went to your bag. And the thing is, honestly, Gabler's the kind of guy, because he was like, hey, this is going to benefit our whole team. They could have been like, hey, Gabler, man, break that out. Let's see how long we've got that as a team here to see how long we're going to stay along. He would have had no problem breaking it out and
Probably.
looking at it again.
Probably.
If you already
So-
mentioned it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, why didn't he? They could have just totally asked him, and he'd had no
Yeah,
problem breaking that
they
thing
probably
out.
just asked him to clarify, like, was it this or is
Exactly.
it that? And he
Yeah,
probably
but
would have
when
told him
you're
straight
out
up.
there-
Yeah, exactly.
And you're tired and you're
Right.
exhausted and you're paranoid. Like, can you trust him?
Because it would have
They
been
wanna
probably
see it. They
would have
don't
been more
trust him.
suspicious if they asked him and he's like, I'm not going to tell you that. And then
Exactly.
people be like, what?
What? Yeah, exactly. And he's been upfront and honest so far about everything. So I mean, if you just came at him like, Gabler, how much longer do we have that thing?
But they don't know that he's been upfront and honest. They think he's been upfront and honest. You're
Well,
so
he showed it to him.
paranoid.
They know he showed it to him.
Well, you're just so paranoid when you're out there. I can imagine that you just don't trust anything. You don't even trust the things you look at, probably. I don't know how
Maybe.
they can trust even reading it.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I'd have asked him first. I'm like, hey, Gabler, how much longer do we have on that thing? And I'm sure and then if he didn't break it out, then it's like, okay, well, now let's find a method of try to, look at it when he's not around.
Well, maybe when that confrontation comes out, he'll be like, why didn't you just ask me?
Yeah, probably. Right. Yeah, exactly.
So does this change who you think's going to win and maybe get your chance to win the prize?
Yeah, I don't know. Damn, I was supposed to mention that at the beginning.
Yeah, you were.
Well, again.
Ryan, I think, is who I chose last time. I'm
Yeah,
still-
you did. You chose Ryan.
I'm still sticking with Ryan.
Yeah, he seems like a cool, good dude.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah.
I think Ryan's a solid choice at this point. Cody's kind of on my radar now a little bit. I mean, he's kind of stupid, but but at the same time, he's had some
He's
good
going to
strategy.
People
injure
can win.
himself jumping off rocks.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly, right. But he's had some decent strategies so far, So for the red team, I'd say him or Jesse probably my two picks on the red team. I think
I'm
now.
still rooting for Noelle.
Noelle too. Noelle's a good one. But yellow team, I'm not sure about any yellow team yet. I don't think. It's really just I'm just like, yeah, I could really go for them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody on that team.
I need to see more from Blue too, because they're in the middle of all these competitions. You don't see a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But again, moving jam. But moving back to the competition again, as I said last time, we got these nice, handy dandy, beautiful tiki glasses here that we drink out of every single episode, right? You guys love them. We know you do, right? So for the first person who guesses who wins, and this is of course pre-merge, you're gonna get one of these bad boys. Let's do two. You want for the winner, two of these bad boys. Two of these bad boys.
Have a set?
You get two of these bad boys. You get a set. You get two of these bad boys and a $25 gift card.
So generous of you, buddy.
Yeah, two of these and $25 gift card, and then the 9 other people after that win a tiki glass. All right, so in the continental U.S., of course. But if you can guess it pre-merge, throw your guesses out there. You get one guess. That's it. So make sure you don't guess too early and blow your shot too early. But that's what you got.
Yeah, you got to make the call to get in early to get the gift card and the tiki glasses, or maybe you wait because you want to see more people drop out.
Yeah, I mean nobody's voted yet. So right, when I slow down, no votes yet. So
what if someone voted for Justine? They're already out.
Oh, they're toast. Yeah, exactly.
So
well, that would have been very smart. I don't think anyway. So.
Who knows?
Sometimes
maybe her family's watching.
High risk, high reward. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Maybe her family's one of the 50 people watching.
But with that being said, no matter how many people are watching, we love you guys and appreciate y'all watching. And hey, stay tuned. We'll be doing this again next week for the next episode. See who gets voted out, and please tell us what you think. Just chat us up on this thing. Let us know where you stand so far. And if you don't want to say a guess yet, just say, hey, maybe it's looking like so-and-so. Just don't say, I'm absolutely saying it's going to be this person, right? if you want to talk about, people, talk about them, don't say, I think it's going to be this person.
Let's have a conversation, guys.
Right? But hey, until then, we will check you guys at our next episode.
See you guys.
See ya.
The Dahmer. They should release Dahmer on the island. That would be that would be real Survivor.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, or Leatherface or Jason or somebody, man. Just throw them on there.
You said you were going to say it up
front.
front.
I forgot, man. And y'all didn't remember either, right? Nobody said
I remember. That's why I said it.
When? Oh, just now?
Oh, yeah.
Remember up front,
No.
though.
I was like, we never did this.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. I like the idea of getting like a Dahmer type character on there, though, man. Getting chased down.
He's trying to eat you.
That's right. Like, Dahmer don't need no fish.
There's plenty of food on the island. Dahmer says.
That dude's got 15 other freaking meals just waiting on that island for him.